let Sony or Dell or even Apple decide what your notebook should look like. Just like any other PC, you can mod the behoozits out of it today. Yoshi made the leap into notebook modding for us. What do you got, Yoshi?
Well, you know, I get asked all the time, do notebook mods, and the other biggest question is, how do I paint my notebook? So I figured I'll do it. It's a $5 mod. I spent $5 on this whole mod.
Yeah, but we should point out, you did a lot of work. Can we bring the jib up so we can show this mess at a better angle?
This is my other laptop, and I just wanted to kind of show it as an example of what you really shouldn't do.
This is what we affectionately refer to as an X laptop in its current condition.
Oh, it'll be working just fine. I've taken it apart many, many times.
This is a lot. Okay, so the thing about modding laptops is you don't want to spray the screen. You got to be careful with the keyboard.
Okay. There's no option.
And taking a notebook apart is not a simple task.
No, that's why I actually recommend you take a camera and you take pictures of how everying went together.
You don't want us to take the camera apart first for practice.
No, but you want to take pictures because you're going back together. You got this one little part and you're like, spare? It just doesn't work.
The worst case scenario is if you start this, you pull your system apart, then you wait 2 weeks and you come back, can't remember how any of it goes together. So you're saying document the entire process.
Use these little parts bins. I love these parts bins. You can pick them up like $3 at the hardware store. Use Ziploc bags. I mean, use a whole box of them if you have to. It's a lot cheaper than a really frustrating trip to sending your laptop back to Dell or
And
Apple
these boxes are really cheap. And we're talking Walmart, Kmart, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, Ziploc
and
bags.
so you don't lose the parts. And also put it in a room where your 4-year-old or the raccoon is not going to be able to steal parts.
Definitely. Most definitely. The other big thing is decide what you want. I mean, you got to have a theme. I mean, you can't just kind of go, I mean, you could, I guess.
Well, I want to paint it green.
Yeah. Well, then that's your theme.
That's our theme.
But if you want to do graphics or anything, you're going to plan that out so you can have all your masking done.
Which makes me think you were working on a theme here.
I was working on a theme that's upside down.
Oh. Well, see, now it's upside down.
See, it says Yosh.
But it says Dell.
I was going to cut this out. I like using grease pencils because you can wipe it off with a little lighter fluid, won't hurt the plastic at all, and it just gives you an idea to easily visually just kind of sketch something on there so you have an idea of what it's going to look like.
What do you do next?
Take it apart.
Okay.
And that's where the labeling, the pictures, all that is very key.
What about stuff like this where we've got like little tiny labels?
You can either use like a really small jeweler's screwdriver or like an X-Acto blade. Just get under the edge a little bit because if you fold it, it'll put a crease in it and you won't be able to reuse it.
Right. That would
Unless you don't want to reuse the labels, then you can just fill it in with a little plastic filler.
I keep forgetting that camera's all the way over there.
That kind of thing.
Sorry about that, folks. So get under the edge of that. What about cleaning?
That's the area there's a lot of debate on. I chose to use some of this fusion paint because you've been seeing all these ads. No prep necessary, no cleaning, just for plastic.
Traditionally, painting plastic is problematic, and you often end up with a sticky mess.
Or you get orange peel, you get lifts at someplace. I use a little denatured alcohol just to get the greasy fingerprints and stuff off, which is also why I also wear gloves.
Okay.
After I clean everything is handled with gloves, so I don't put fingerprints on it.
So you clean wearing gloves, so you don't get.
I clean wearing gloves, and you just use like a cotton terry towel or something, just something that's not going to leave a lot of lint. Use some of the compressed air to spray off a little bit right before you spray.
So we're not talking about 4-stage primers or anything, so I'm assuming the fusion worked pretty well.
It worked really well. I was really surprised, honestly. I was happily surprised. I did one coat on this laptop.
That's pretty impressive.
Just as a test, really more than anything else.
So that was originally the silver blue kind of laptop color.
Yeah. And then I did a little flat black accent on the bio, just for a little black on black color scheme.
How long did it take you to get that going?
All total, it took about 8 hours taking it apart. Dry, painting, letting it dry, putting it back together. I mean, in a real world situation, I would let this dry a couple days.
Any tricks for if you're painting stuff like this?
Multiple coats.
Thin
coats. The big trick with spray paint that I found, take the paint and soak it in some warm water.
Okay, so it's
like not boiling, but warm water. It thins the paint and lets it atomize a little better so you can put thinner coats on that'll be a nice, glossy, smooth finish.
So sort of a milk warm bowl.
Yeah, I mean, it can be hot on your tap water. Just don't put it on the stove because these things will blow up.
You're putting 2 or 3. That would be bad. If you're putting 2 or 3 colors on there, do you do it lightest to darkest? Or?
Lightest to darkest, definitely. Because if you got a dark color and you want to put a little accent of yellow or white, if you're going to use an airbrush or something like that, it's really hard to cover up black.
Very nice.
So you want to start light and go dark.
Putting it back together, anything to worry about other than scratching the paint?
No. Just take your time. Hopefully you labeled everything. If you have an extra screw, you're going to have to take it apart and find out where it goes. Don't think, oh, it's just one.
Right.
I don't need that one.
And putting it together with like the kind of blue lock stuff they use for car engines.
No, bad idea. Otherwise, they'll never come apart again.
Well, that could be a good thing if they rattle out.
It could be a good thing.
Before we scoot, can we show them the keyboard? Take a look inside this. This is the scary part of this one. Go up to screensavers.com. Yoshi, I bet you got an article up there.
The way I look at it, if you need the letters, you shouldn't be touching your laptop.
And you can actually see more of the letters in the reflection there than you can in real life. Yoshi's painting tips are up there on the screensavers.com, and all of the valuable information we talked about here. Still